G'day, it's Gerry here. Today we're looking at this little Bluetooth ring. I purchased it for not a lot of money, just out of curiosity. Apparently it allows you to control applications on your phone, tablet, camera. I'm not sure about computers or laptops, but we'll find out about that. Anyway, so you wear it on your finger. Why? I'm not sure. And it allows you to do stuff. I'll do an unboxing, review, test. And yeah, we'll see if we can't also pull it apart and see what's on the inside. Although I don't imagine terribly much. Anyway, if you like this sort of stuff, think about supporting my channel, doing all the usual stuff, and let's just get straight into it. Let's take a quick look here. Multifunctional finger ring remote control. I don't know most of these things. I guess they're apps that work on phones or tablets. Specifications. Okay, so I have opened this before. I'm pretty sure it came with a very small USB-C connector, which I seem to have lost. Yeah, it's quite nicely made actually. Here are the instructions. So you can pause the video and read the instructions. It's nicely constructed. It's made of plastic. It's got a USB-C connector, which is good. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wear it like that. That is quite pinchy on my fingers. Oh, fits on your pinky okay. So I guess it's not really meant for one-handed usage, is that right? How would you use it? So to use it, you really want to wear it this way. So yeah, that's perfect. Like that. There's no way this is fitting on my finger. If you actually wanted to wear it around, the only finger it would fit on me would be my pinky. So control wise, we've got a play button, up, down, left, right, and then we've got two buttons here. Eye and two eyes, 1 and 2 I guess, and a little LED there indicator, I guess that indicates that it's on. Okay, so I've got Bluetooth enabled on my iPhone. So to turn this on we have to hold button 1 for 3 seconds. Okay, so now we have a device here, J06. Pairing it. Sweet. That was pretty quick. So if I press play. So I think it said I had to long press. Yes, okay. So what does short press do? Instructions don't say what a short press of the play button does. Perhaps it just plays. So I won't be able to let you hear the music. So that if I just press a short press to the right, doesn't do anything. But if I long press to the right, yep. Next track, previous track, pause. That works. And then I think pressing up, so I'll have to mute that, otherwise I'll get a copyright strike. So that works. You need to hold it down and every second it will send a key press. I imagine that the short key presses are to do with books, ebooks, I don't have an ebook reader. I imagine these are just hooked up to the standard multimedia keys of your phone, and they'll behave for any app the same way. Okay, so I'm just running the YouTube app and it's not doing anything. It's still controlling the volume on the phone, so it's not generic to every app. Okay, so assistive touch. I've been playing around with this and I've realized what this is for. So let me just show you. Going to the iPhone, accessibility, touch. We can turn on assistive touch. And this turns on this little menu button, which you can move around. But essentially what it does, you can drag it around and dock it, and then you can program it to take you to certain apps and things like that. All right, so to use this assistive button, which you can program to click anywhere on the screen, what you do is you go into an app, say your photo app. So you hold down the button 2, the bottom right button, and then every time you click in a direction, you can move this little cursor. So in this case, I can move it over to the button that I need to press, and then I can let it go. And then if I just click it once, it presses that on the screen. And so you can move that anywhere you want on the screen. Yeah, so that's how you can program it to press any section of your iPhone screen that you want. So just out of curiosity, I have bound it to this old MacBook Air. I'm just curious to see what happens when you press buttons on this. Okay, pressing down turns the volume down. Pressing up does not turn the volume up. Pressing left and right doesn't seem to do anything. Pressing the 1 button doesn't do anything. Pressing the 2 button, let's hold down the 2 button and press the arrow keys. Yeah, it's not really doing anything. It certainly doesn't move the mouse around or anything like that. Maybe there's something you could do to get it to work, but you know, this is the only laptop I have available that has Bluetooth connection on it at the moment, so that's all I can do to test that. It does not say on the instructions that it should support a laptop. Yeah, so interesting. I mean, it does do what it says it will do, but it looks like it is really catered towards specific apps on phones. Okay, well, enough of that. Why don't we pull it apart and see what's on the inside? So let's see if we can open this up. It looks like there's a seam here that we might be able to get something in. It looks like it is clipped together. Okay. I think it's going to just unclip. Yeah, there's 2 clips on that side. Is it going to just... Oh, it is. Nice. So that's just one entire molded sort of silicon mat. Nice. And we've actually got just momentary buttons here that it's clicking down on. It's really quite nicely made. And I guess this PCB will come out. There we go. I'll get the microscope down on that, but just looking at it, it's got a teeny tiny little LiPo battery there. So we've got a few push buttons there and one little chip here, which must be doing all the work. So it looks like the antenna is built into the PCB. There's the PCB. So the soldering on over here is a little bit how you're doing, but I'm guessing that was all done by hand. So I guess that's a transistor for switching the power. See if we can get this light bulb up without breaking it. And the only thing under there is these points here, which I guess are test points. DMDP, data point, data monitor. I'm not really sure. So there's not much to see. So there is a crystal here. And let's take a look at the chip. And there you go. So I'll try and look that up and see if we can find out whether or not that is a chip that is identifiable. I'm guessing it is some sort of microprocessor. So there you go. Not much to it, but then I don't think I was really expecting much more than what's there. I'm pretty sure I can put that back together now. There we go. Easy peasy. Well, it's an interesting device. It's well made and it doesn't cost much money. I personally don't have any use for something like this. The only use case I can think of for myself would be to trigger the recording of a video or taking a photo or something like that. But I'm sure I'm not the market for this type of device. I hope you enjoyed that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, think about subscribing to my channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Ciao.